What's going on, everybody? I am joshuarussell.com. That's me. My name is Josh Russell. I'm a professional photographer, video producer, and all-around good guy. And I want to show you guys today a real quick video. Okay, it might not be real quick, but it's going to be a quick video about how to mount the Sony FX6, this awesome cinema camera, onto a DJI Ronin Rs2 gimbal. There's a lot of videos out there showing that it can be done, but nobody really walks through the balancing. I want to do a quick video. Now, I'm not going to go like super in detail with the balancing, but I'm going to just kind of show you the quick rundown on how to balance it, how to get it to clear, and everything like that. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the fact that you need to strip this entire camera down just to get it to mount. So that's your first thing that you're going to want to do. You're going to want to use the battery that comes with it. Make sure you have an SD card inside of it or a CF Express card, and you got to take the top handle off. You got to take the side handle off. Pretty much everything. I've had this thing fully built out, and now it's down to pretty much nothing except for the monitor. You can still keep the EVF on there, the monitor on there, and get it to mount. So the reason you got to take that down is because it's heavy, it's big, long, and with all the extra stuff on it, it's just a little bit too heavy, a little too lopsided, and the gimbal arms basically aren't big enough to do it. So first thing you do, put the bracket on the 1/4-20, hole on the bottom, not the 3/8, but the 1/4-20, and we're just going to mount it on the Ronin here. Push it all the way on, clip it down in, and you're ready to go. You can get out there and you can start filming. Just kidding. There is a lot more that needs to be done to it. You need to balance the motors, you need to calibrate them, and then you need to do a balance test to make sure that it's working the way that it should. So we'll just get into it right away. The first one we're going to do is the tilt. Now, your main job, your main goal with this is to make sure when you do this that you can actually get clearance on the back end of this camera to clear this back motor here. That's one of the hardest parts about it. That is the reason that this gimbal or this camera is kind of hard to mount to this, but it does work. So I'm going to get into it, and basically what you're going to want to do is pretty much max out all of the length on all three of the arms. So the first one we're going to do is this one, the tilt. And you're going to go pretty close to all the way down. Basically, you're looking for a point where the camera will stay pretty much wherever you leave it. So I went a little too far on that one. Let's go back just a little bit, lock it in. See how we're doing. So it stays there. Still a little on this end. So we can go down a little bit more. Too far. Let's see how that is. Oh, too much. For the sake of video time, I'm going to get it as close as I can. Now, you're going to want to take your time a little bit more. And the crappy part is depending on what lens you use or what length you use the lens at, this is all going to change. So what I'm going to do is, it's pretty close right now. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to use the fine tune adjustment here. Literally just move it just a smidge there. Okay, so after some fiddling off camera, I finally got it to balance. And as you can see, it's all balanced up. So the tilt is ready. The funny thing is the first time I made this video, it took me like a millisecond to get that. So there we go. We're going to lock that one back in. We're going to move over to the roll here. Unlock this roll lock. And as you can see, it's all over the place. So we're going to take this, move it pretty much all the way out. Now with this one, I think it's a camera issue just from the weight, but I can't get it to just sit where it normally would, like I did with the tilt, where you can move it wherever, and it'll just stop. This one always goes back to center. I'm okay with that because I feel like when it goes back to center, that's where it needs to be. Does that make sense? So as you can see, both sides it's going back to center. So I'm okay with that. We're going to move now down to pan. And the way you do pan is you actually just kind of tilt the gimbal a little bit. So you're going to want to tilt it and start moving it back until it does what the tilt did. And you can pretty much move it wherever you need to and it'll stay. So a little bit more. I bet that's pretty good. So it should stay there and it should stay here. So we have all three balanced now. Not too hard, not too difficult. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna open our phone up now. We're gonna turn the gimbal on, make sure all three motors are unlocked. We're gonna turn our phone on. We're gonna go over to our phone. And what we're gonna do is we're going to go into, once you have the app open, you're gonna go into motor parameters and we're gonna auto tune. Now this isn't like T-Pain auto tune. This is camera auto tune. So, and what it's gonna do is it's basically just gonna micro adjust and make sure that everything is in where it needs to be in place. So just like that, we're all done. Everything's micro adjusted now. One more step, what you want to do is you want to go into the balance test and basically just make sure that it's balanced. If you did it the correct way, it'll show excellent on all of them. If not, you'll have to go back and kind of fix something. So it tells you to move it to more than 15 degrees. I'm going to put it at like 18 to 19 to 20 right in there. And I'm going to hit begin test. And then I'm going to take my other hand and just kind of hold it here. That way I make sure everything is where it needs to be and it doesn't go back below 15 degrees. It doesn't go too high. And there you go. And the app says excellent, excellent, excellent. So you're all set and ready to go now. Your gimbal is balanced. Your Sony FX6 is on here. You can walk around and do whatever you want. So as you can see, the clearance is okay. It's clearing everywhere. You can go all the way up, all the way down. Everything's clearing everywhere. You're all set to go. You can walk around and do whatever you want with your FX6. Take some epic banger video, get out there, create some 4K goodness. Some 240 frame 1080 goodness. Get out there, make some cinematic stuff. I'll talk to you guys later. Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you leave me a comment down below? Let me know where you're watching from, and hit that thumbs up button. I want to see 100 thumbs ups on this. Can we do it? I'll talk to you guys later. See you in the next video. Peace.